Y'all ready to do this? I done turned down interviews and some more shit because I'd rather do this myself.
And I don't want to...
And he didn't apologize. He just basically gave credit and basically said that he was a vessel.
But if you listen to the apology, he didn't say... He didn't
apologize.
It's not the way that people making it seem like I came... How do you come up for 5 years off of somebody else's shit and nobody said nothing until 3 weeks ago? That shit is funny to me, but
the problem is, I don't know where to start. So we're just going to throw a fucking dart and just go for it.
I got to talk. I got to tell what I feel. I got to talk about my life as I see it.
Biggie. This goes out to you. This goes out to you, and you, and you, and you. This goes out to you. This goes out to you. This goes out to you, and you, and you.
All right, Kain, let's address this point by point.
So on what platform am I trying to come up off of Patrice's name? Because I'm not a comedian. I've never marketed myself as a comedian. I've never done stand-up a day in my life.
Technically, you're right. You're not a stand-up. But you did release a DVD of you doing something like stand-up. Remember?
It's been brought to my attention that a lot of you want me to do some stand-up. I'm going to give you what you want. But I'm going to do it the way that I want to do it. It's not going to be stand-up per se, but it's still going to be good, okay? Just let me do what I do. So what I plan on doing, I'm going to make it available on DVD.
Not to mention that stand-up showcase that you hosted.
Next Tuesday, October 5th, I will be in Gainesville, Florida, hosting an event at the University of Florida. The name of the event is called Jazz and Jokes. Exactly what it sounds like. 2 featured comedians include, quick reminder, I will be in Boston Sunday, September 18th for the Hot Damn I Rock Comedy Showcase and After Party.
Next point.
So motherfuckers think I built my whole career on the back of another man's work. So if your theory is correct, why has it taken 119 videos, 600,000 subscribers, 95 million channel views, and a period of almost 5 years for niggas to just start saying something Monday?
Well, Kain, if history has shown us anything, it's that dishonesty has a grace period to flourish. Dennis Leary, Carlos Mencia, he was a career-long joke thief before he was exposed. He even took on a false name in order to appeal to the large Latino community in Los Angeles. And most people still aren't aware of the fact that Dennis Leary stole most of his early work from Bill Hicks. Point is, the amount of time that it took to unveil the truth about your joke stealing doesn't make you any less dishonest.
And I ain't got no fucking problem dying for some shit I believe in. Because what I did was 6 videos.
6? My count was at least 10. And that was just off Patrice's stuff. But we'll get to that later.
600,000 subscribers, 95 million channel views.
Admittedly, you didn't get here because you were stealing. You got here while you were stealing. The fact that you didn't have to steal doesn't take away from the fact that you did.
So why use Patrice's shit in the first place? Good question. It all started with the Woman Hater video I made in January.
Well, we already know you've been stealing longer than that.
If you want us to connect through words, you need to have a man conversation with me. You know the type of shit me and my niggas talk about? If a bitch had one big titty and one small titty, would you still fuck her? Those are the type of conversations I'm into. Because you never know what type of trials and tribulations the Lord might put in front of you. So you gotta be prepared for anything.
Men's sense of humor is based on this. This is the principle. We're philosophical about dumb shit. We're philosophical about shit. We're very thoughtful about shit that means nothing. Here's a conversation 2 dudes can have if women want around to fuck up the fun of the conversation. I can look at you and go, hey, would you fuck a bitch if she didn't have a nose? And look, but here's what he'll do. He'll do this.
You know what I don't get? I don't get women that don't get male honesty. Because for some reason, male honesty is always viewed as disrespect towards women, misogyny, being a woman hater.
It's just, you know, I think man honesty becomes misogyny for some reason, but I'm just telling you how I feel.
Okay.
The next closest video with Patrice's material was posted in August 2012.
Anyone who's a true Patrice fan knows what the Black Phillip show is. I found out Mr. Dante Nero was bringing it back and calling it Beige Phillip. So I said, what can I do to get his attention? Show my support, maybe be a part of the movement. Because relationships is the same realm I live in. So I approach the situation the same way niggas get my attention. Either they make a video dissing me or they imitate. And in 4.5 years, when have you ever known me to start beef with niggas? So I use word for word the first episode ever of the beginning of the Black Phillip show.
Wait. I thought you were trying to be the vessel that he speaks through.
So anytime I spit a Patrice line or idea or a whole video verbatim, I guess that's my way of being a vessel that he speaks through.
But now you're saying...
So I use word for word the first episode ever of the beginning of the Black Phillip show in hopes that this nigga Dante Nero would see my shit and say, here go a young nigga who's been talking about relationships since his second video. He's a fan of the show. Good job. A motherfucker that you admire to recognize you. That's it.
Let me get this straight. You purposefully plagiarize somebody else's work in hopes of getting attention, recognition, and possibly personal benefit?
That's strange. I didn't know what I did caused a problem.
All right, let's pause it right here, folks. According to your logic, you had no idea that copying someone else's material in hopes of getting their attention without notifying them first or giving any credit to their deceased partner would cause any problem? Really?
Well, why didn't you just send him an email or some shit? Well, according to my calculations, it took you motherfuckers almost 5 years to all of a sudden say I've been biting off of Patrice all this time. So about how long do you estimate it'll take Dante to give a fuck about an email from a nigga he don't know?
When you were accused of plagiarism by Dante, how did you get a hold of him?
I didn't know what I did caused a problem until Mr. Dante Nero brought it to my attention and called me a plagiarist on Twitter. After that happened, I used every form of contact that I could find to get a hold of this man. And the email said...
So you initially didn't write him an email or contact him because you didn't think you could get a hold of him? If you believe that somebody with 90,000 followers on Twitter was desperately trying to get the attention of someone with 3, then you'll believe anything.
Like I said, never meant any disrespect, just wanted to keep Patrice's words alive with someone that stood by his side.
Jay-Z never made it a secret that he took lines from Biggie, but there's a huge difference between what Jay did and what Kain's doing. First of all, homages of Jay's kind are considered okay because he knew the deceased party. Not only did Kain not know the deceased party, but he didn't give credit while committing the act of theft. So basically, he made his own terms and conditions over someone else's dead body.
That same day, he hit me back on Facebook and said, call me. I had a phone conversation with this man, chopped it up with him for like 20 or 30 minutes. So the next day, not days later, not when shit got real bad on Twitter, the next day, nigga, I shouted Patrice out. So I really believe that this is benefiting the Patrice O'Neals side of things, which is cool because more people know who he is today than they did yesterday.
How considerate. You gave Patrice credit after you were called out and profited off all the stolen material in your videos. So why didn't you give him credit before? Why didn't you title them Patrice O'Neal Tribute or Black Phillip Show Tribute? Video after video where you didn't give him any credit until after the fact.
Patrice doesn't even have 4 years of material on the internet.
Well, between 12 episodes of the Black Phillip Show, 3 stand-up specials, and 7 years of Opie and Anthony appearances, I'm sure he has more than 4 years of material on the internet.
I do videos, not magic tricks. How the fuck did I pull that off?
You're absolutely right, Kain. I think we should let these videos speak for themselves. Let's show everybody how much original material you have.
How to chill with your man when you're on your period. First thing you need to understand is where we coming from. It's not that I don't want to see you because I don't care. I don't want to see you because I can't fuck you. Now pay attention to what I'm saying. I can't fuck you. I don't mind if I'm around you and I don't fuck you, but can't fuck you is completely different because now I'm trapped inside of this world that you call chilling. I'm a fucking hostage.
I'm on my period. You still want me to come over? No! Why? What the fuck for? You gonna force me to talk? Is that a crime? Don't come over my house can't fucking. I don't mind if we don't fuck, but I don't want to can't fuck.
You too busy playing the wrong game, ladies. Instead of trying to see how hard you can make a nigga work for some ass cheeks, the game that you really need to be playing, how do I get this nigga to stay after he fucks me?
Women don't. You should write a book on how to keep a man, which is your job.
Well, I don't need to keep a man. I have a heart.
Believe it or not, my perfect woman don't suck dick. She is a dick sucker. Huge difference.
I don't like a a girl to suck my dick, I like a dick sucker. Let me explain that. Meaning, I don't like a girl who goes, oh yeah, I'm sucking your dick for you. I want a girl that sucks
because
dick
she enjoys it,
but
right?
she's a
Of course.
dirty dick sucker.
Girls don't have to have a filter. You know what I'm saying? Like a girl, if like we in the office right now, if a girl walked up to you and said, I like the way your dick look in them jeans, you know, like what you gonna do? Go to human resources and snitch? You know, it's not gonna work. You know, girls don't have to have a filter, but if you go up to her and say, you know, your titties look nice today, they'd be all over that. Sexual harassment, you know what I'm saying?
It's unfair that I can't harass you at the workplace. Like, what's your name? What's your name? Jeannie. Now, Jeannie, no disrespect, but if I work with you, I should be able to walk in and go, oh, Jeannie, beautiful titty meat you have there.
Yes, vagina does control the world. This is true. Pussy is probably the reason why the earth rotates around the damn sun.
Ladies, you need to understand that as long as you got a vagina, you run the entire motherfucking universe. That's the way it is. You need to understand that.
To figure out if you one of them females who don't know how to use your vagina, here's a simple test. If you continuously blaming your damn self because you keep fucking the wrong niggas and don't understand why this shit keep happening to you, you're one of them bitches.
Ladies, on the other hand, if you 25 years old and you still walking around talking about niggas ain't shit, you need to get a handle on your motherfucking life and take some responsibility, bitch. What you mean to say is all the niggas you fuck with ain't shit. You need to figure out what it is about your pussy that keep attracting ain't shit niggas.
Ladies want to feel safe, so they want a man that's going to protect them if some shit ever go down. Now let's think this all the way through for a second. If some shit go down, that means we got to be out somewhere. And if we out, 10 times out of 10, I'ma probably have on some fly shit. What I look like getting dirty. So as far as I'm concerned, if somebody smack you, I ain't see shit.
I'm not a protector. That's where I'm like not that guy. You know what I mean? Like women, you want every guy to fight for you. That's not me. I'm a prime example. Let's say me and you go to the movies, right? We're at the movies, we having a good time. Out of nowhere, some guy come up, smack you in the face real hard. If you with me, then you just got smacked. That's something that just...
How come you always bring up old shit that you claim you forgave me for? I know I cheated on you, but goddamn. Shut the fuck up. Every day, I don't need to hear shit like, you ain't picking up your phone? Must be with that bitch. Oh, you ain't texting me back? Must be with that bitch. Oh, you out with your homeboys? Must be with that bitch.
Time goes by, and she forgives you, but she never forgets. And you driving to grandma's house, she's like, oh, babe, I'll make a right turn right here. Did you make a right with that bitch?
These diseases been around since, I don't know, before your grandparents were born. And we got all this fucking technology now. And you telling me that y'all ain't figured nothing out yet?
That's right, they don't cure shit. Same disease has been hanging out since I was a kid. AIDS, sickle cell, tuberculosis, cancer.
You want to know what I believe? What I really believe? I believe that it's already a cure for all this shit. It's a cure for AIDS. It's a cure for cancer. It's a cure for Parkinson's. It's a cure for all the shit that people telling us is not a cure for. But you know why they never give it to us? Because money make this world go round. And there is no money in the cure.
They ain't curing AIDS. Shit. They ain't never cured AIDS. They ain't never cured AIDS. Don't even think about that shit. They ain't cured that because ain't no money in the cure. The money's in the medicine. That's how you get paid on the comeback.
Think about it. If I cure whatever disease you have, I can only profit off of you one time. But if I keep giving you shit that's only going to prolong your death, something that's going to get you to the next day or the next week or the next month, the next year, I profit off of you until the day you die.
So what they will do with AIDS is the same thing they do with everything else. They will figure out a way for you to live with it. Because they don't cure shit, they just patch it up. Get you to the next stop so they can get more of your money.
The name Kain Carter. One of my favorite movies of all time is Menace to Society. If you haven't seen it, I advise you check it out. Good shit. The main character in the film, his name is Kain. I always thought that'd just be some cold shit. If your name was Kain, that just always sound good to me. So, you know, I jacked that shit.
Stupid.
I don't mind being influenced by things. I mean, influence is different than taking. He has no stance on anything else in comedy. He can't say, here's my philosophy,
right,
when you're a thief.
Right.
Like, you're justifying stealing.